Hello, welcome to Vernissage of the Court. I'm Lucas Montana, artist for Fabled Court, and today we're going to be working on some stuff. I'd originally planned to do some character sticker stuff, but especially with it being the holiday weekend, I figured it'd probably be more productive to work on our next kit. So I'm going to be kind of vague about it. Try not to promise anything, and I've picked a box that's relatively I don't know. There's no real reason for me to be secretive about it. I just want to. So like I said, welcome to Vernissage of the Court, and without further ado, let's get to the canvas. Okay. Whoops. I knew I was forgetting something. I forgot to bring up my references. So here we go. All right. And then you go right there, and you go right there, so I can read the treatment. So I'm hoping that the music comes in a little bit louder. I know that when I've watched back recordings and stuff, the music really doesn't show up unless you're wearing headphones. Whoops. Anyway, so what are we doing here? A close-up of a desk features fancy stationery with a floral print and filigree elements, with a neatly written love letter. There's a heart sign at the bottom. There's a feather quill and small inkwell set aside. White and cream-colored pillar candles burn in the background, just out of focus. Gotta love a good bokeh. Although out of focus is not bokeh. Bokeh is like this weird halo that shows up around lights that are out of focus. So I've never drawn a bokeh. I've just drawn stuff out of focus. But anyway. I just remember that. I know that I've said in the past that a bokeh was just background out of focus, but well, it's been a minute, okay? It's just been a minute. What am I doing? I need the hard pencil brush, and the hard pencil brush is just a Kyle default, like generic texture brush that's in Photoshop. But anyway, so close-up of a desk features fancy stationery with a neatly written love letter, the heart sign at the bottom. There's a feather quill and small inkwell set aside. White and cream colored pillar candles in the background, just out of focus. So what do I see in my mind's eye about what that looks like? More specifically, what a tastefully framed picture would look like. So let's draw the edge of the desk here. So with these new kits that'll be releasing next year, I'm going to be trying a new way of doing my files. So each of the boxes is saved as its own individual, smart object. And in Photoshop, a smart object is a thing that can be opened up separately. It is a self-contained file within a file. You can open it up its own separate place, but unless it's something that you have saved outside of Photoshop and you brought into it. So right now with modern versions of Photoshop, if you bring a photo and drop it into, or any kind of picture image, it is automatically turned into a smart object unless you have preferences set to otherwise. It is automatically turned to a smart object, which means you can scale it, rotate it, do all kinds of weird things with it. But the original file is not altered or distorted, which is great for preserving pixel accuracy and resolution, and allows you to do interesting things like scale, warp, and shift without having to commit to making inalterable changes, further adding to the overall flexibility and technical gobbledygook, whatever word that is, I don't know, that makes Photoshop both really useful and a big pain in the ass. That is to say that if I have a tool that I know is going to allow me to make changes later, I'm going to embrace it. Even to the detriment of my own workflow, which is not great, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I've determined that I want the desk here, hold the shift button so I can get a nice straight line. Although, you know what, this tablet, I can use a ruler and you can't really see that unless I get a reflection on it. I can use a ruler on the screen and it's going to produce straight lines. Not all tablets do that. So that was a nice surprise. I know I've gushed about it before, but maybe you haven't seen that video, or maybe you forgot. And so now I'm going, anyway, moving on. So we have a letter and a written thing. Being right-handed and being that, I don't know, some 70-60% of people are right-handed or ambidextrous, whatever. I don't know. I don't have the statistics in front of me, so I'm just going to throw arbitrary numbers. Being that most people are right-handed, I'm going to go ahead and say that the inkwell is going to be right here, and then we're going to have a quill coming out of it, bending off to the right, and then like we'll have a letter here, but that foreshortening is way too short. Why would the letter already be folded before being put into the envelope? It wouldn't. Nobody writes on paper like that. But I'm going to do it because it sells you. Actually, I probably shouldn't do it. Anyway. Going to draw a selection around that and then delete it. I don't know. I guess that feels a little bit better. Then we'll have a mat down. I don't know, probably made of leather or something. Just hold the shift. And then give it a nice thick edge. Some random lines to... I'm gonna pull up a leather writing mat. See what I get. Images. Ooh, that one's got a lot of texture. Not just texture. It's... So it looks like pictures that they are usually... Open image in a new tab. That the surface itself is fine. It's mostly just in the texture itself. But there are definitely like grooves and stuff, probably from tooling. Ooh, there's a nice detail. It's got a stitch line around the outside. That line was too close or too far away from the edge, representative of this one. Anyway. Hope that you can hear that. Actually, since I turned my output gain on my voice, I'm hoping that comes out enough that you should be able to hear me over the music without any issue. Like me and my talking voice is hitting the red levels in OBS. So I don't know. So I just turned up the music a little bit. Of course, I'm sure you heard that, but I don't know. I'm on this side of the recording. I won't be on your side until I'm watching it back. But anyway. So got a Writing mat there. Oh, what was the brief? Something had filigree, right? Or what was it? Features fancy stationery with floral print and filigree elements. So that sounds to me like this piece of parchment or paper. Is there a difference between parchment and paper? Gonna have some kind of fancy corner notes here. And let's just go ahead and give it a little heart. What I can do is like legit just draw whatever it is I'm going to put in this corner. Like I don't even have to draw both sides of it. I could just mirror one side and be like, hey, yeah, that's what's going on here. So anyway, I'm gonna delete that. I'm gonna pull out my ruler and define these paper edges just a little bit better. Oh, this is so cool. I wish I had my cam back so that, I mean, it's still here. The camera's physically still here. It's just, my computer can't handle it. Although, you know what? I did turn my camera down from 1080 to 720 in terms of resolution. It's still 60 frames per second, but my computer couldn't handle the whole 1080. And when we're here in this mode most of the time anyway, that resolution's being lost. But anyway, so I'm going to hold Alt while moving this into place, and then I'm going to transform it. I'm going to hold Control and just move these points to relevant places based on the angle of the thing, and then boom, this element is properly placed within the scene. Transforming 90 degrees to top. I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, I don't know what's going on with this song, but I'm digging it. Feeling good today. Like I didn't... recording this was very much like trying to go to the gym. Like I don't want to go, but as soon as I've gone and as soon as I'm there, I'm like, okay, let's do this. Because I haven't touched this canvas in 2 days. And that's felt bad. Both in terms of, hey, I've got stuff that needs to get done, and in terms of, I really want to do something. As in, I want to draw. Actually, this one, I'm not going to hold Alt while I move it. I'm just going to move it. Whoa. That was crazy. Boom. We got filigreed edges. You can't see that I'm shifting my hands like this. Hold on. My phone has notification on it, and I don't like that. Also, it's got a bunch of grease spots on it from my grody fingertips. I don't like that either. It's not perfect, but we're gonna leave it like that. I don't like smudges. That's why I never talk on the phone like that. It's always on speaker. Did you see that? That happens sometimes. I'm not done drinking before I go to remove the straw from my mouth, and it just like sends stuff everywhere. No sugar, so nothing gets sticky, but still potential for water damage. Anyway, moving on. So what else was there? Floral print and filigree elements with a neatly written love letter. So we're going to bring out the ruler again and use the brush tool, and I'm going to, I don't know, just whatever. Actually, I think I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to create a new layer, and just squiggles, just vaguely in the shape of letters, of words. Actually, I wonder, it might be worth the slowdown. I don't know. We'll find out. To turn this camera back on. Oh, it's not even in here. Okay. So was the video capture device? I think so. At existing. Hello. Hi. And then we're going to resize you to there, I think. I feel like that's kind of small, but I definitely feel like it's enough for you to get an idea of what's going on. And then before I do that, I'm gonna look at the settings for this. Configure video. And then turn off exposure. Apply. That one's set to 720. Yeah. Okay. All right. Hello. So, even though you can't see it quite as clearly as anything else, you can definitely see something. Oh, need to be in the software. Okay. Now we're going to need to place it here and here. Hold control while moving this handle. Hold control while moving that handle. Then grab this corner, pull it out so it's a little bit more even. Grab that one so it's more even. And grab that one. Boom. Okay. I don't use any of these, like, ever. I don't even remember what they're... Oh, hello. I might have guessed. But anyway. This button back to my thumb. Well, let's see. There were candles. What other kind of things do people keep on their desk? Is this desk in the middle of the room or up against a wall? I think that's my signature. I don't know. I'm gonna shape this like a tester's bottle or something. Although I don't like the size of this opening compared to the thingamajig. So I'm going to hold Shift and Alt. I definitely changed Photoshop from its thing to holding Shift. The modern versions of Photoshop have it so that things will stay in perspective when you transform them without holding a button. Whereas they used to be that you had to hold Shift to keep proportion. And since I've been using Photoshop long enough for that to be my shortcut default, I definitely go back and make sure that that's changed. I very much want to put down some ink spots here under this bottle. And because of the other frame that I've done from this kit already, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Because I don't know about you, but anytime I've done calligraphy, I have never managed to not spill some ink. I've managed to keep my document clean, but I have never managed to keep where I kept my ink versus wherever I put my ink well, I always drop some ink there. At least so far. I haven't done a whole lot of calligraphy. but I do have ink and some nibs. Or a pen. And then, even though this blue line means that this is going to get cut out, I'm going to go ahead and put the lid for the... Whoops. No. I'm not going to put it there. I'm going to put it right here. So I'm not focused on... And it's just going to be a cork. Cork with a black bottom. I still haven't figured out where the desk is in the room. Oh, I'm also working on one layer. I'm like, why isn't this sketch? Like, how come this line isn't disappearing? Not that I need it to disappear, but I was expecting of a specific thing. Oh, I guess it doesn't need to disappear. These aren't the candles that were in the brief, but I do like them. So what I'm going to do instead is say that this is a desk in the middle of the room and put a table out here. I want a reference for this. I don't. Three candlestick. Hold on.
Ooh, that's fancy. That's a fancy boy.
I like this one. Let's see. Well, either way. So we've got 3 pillar candles out here. Given that they're going to be out of focus, I don't think we need to worry about too much. I don't think we need to worry too much about detail. So I'm just going to kind of roughen the silhouette, change the height of the table by moving it down in the space. Give it some kind of edge. Again, not really important, as it's going to be put out of focus once we get to that point. And then connect it to the ground via the legs, or the impression of legs, by just these horizontal lines moving downward. I pressed the E button, which should have brought up the eraser, and it didn't. So that's out there, and then we're going to add a 4 over there. I'm going to throw up some horizontal lines as if there's a door way over there, way too big of a door jamb. Is it a door jamb, or is it just the frame? I think the door sits in the jamb and then the frame goes around it. Anyway, I don't know anything about construction, so we're just going to leave it at that. These doors are wildly uneven. It doesn't matter. Bring that out from the wall a little bit, and then lower the actual baseline. That's some kind of baseboard or something for some reason. The impression of a bookcase back here. We'll put another table over here, some kind. It looks like a pretty big room. You have some other furniture in it. What does this table have on it? We'll put some kind of bust of some kind. We'll put some kind of bust of some kind. Just gonna repeat words all over the place. Doesn't matter. It's in the blue space. Nobody's gonna know. Now that I've said that, I don't like that. I don't like that nobody's gonna know. So I'm going to hit that up with a history state, and then drag this down. And then we're going to erase the bits that are behind the candles on the desk. And now you'll know. Everybody looking at this will know that there's a bust back there. And we'll extend these lines upward. And I don't know. Add some framing detail to the doors themselves. You know, how about we draw one door and then just copy that over. For the final, anyway. Give it a doorknob. Just the impression of one, again, out of focus. Then carpet. for this chair to be out in the middle of the room, or chair, for this table to be out in the middle of the room, I'm going to give it a chair right here. And then, because we haven't done it, I don't know. Let's go desk chair. See what that gives us.
It gives me modern stuff. Computer chairs.
I don't want a desk chair. Stationary chair? Is that a thing? Stationary. It gave me results closer to what I was looking for. That's for dang sure. I'm not seeing what I want. Guest chair. Is guest chair what I want? Let's try guest chair. Sorta. Here we go. No, not link. Looks like I have to go to the website. I can't. Okay. Well, that'll have to do. Okay. I think that's our scene. So, you can go away, and you can go away, you can go away. Might still need you. Okay. So, we're going to reduce this to 30%, and then create a new layer, and call it ink. We'll grab an inking brush and turn the smoothness up to 30. Make this a nice size. So what changing the smoothness does to a brush is it allows me to create very swooping, soft lines, whereas no smoothness means that a lot of that that smoothness is gone as my hand jitters as I move it across the canvas. And it's probably a little hard to tell, but it's definitely a lot easier to tell across straight lines. And what it does is that the computer drags behind where I've gone already with my cursor and uses a program to smooth it out. Even though that's Spanish for black, I don't know if I like that. Yeah, actually, let's change that to noir. Is there a little mark? I don't know. It's a small detail that doesn't really need to matter. You know, when I hold the R button, it's supposed to go back to the tool that I was using. I don't know if I'm letting go of it before. Anyway. Oh, it's been 44 minutes. Okay. I don't know if I want to do the same thing with the things here. The reason being is that since this is going to be the ink slayer, it's going to be the one that makes it to the final print. Those don't always look great when they're stretched. I don't know that anybody's going to notice a difference or any kind of issue, but I'm going to try drawing it the way it shows up here first, and then we'll figure out what's going on. So I'm going to make this a much smaller brush, and I'm not as worried about it for the text here because I only needed that for the sketch part so that I had a better idea of where the letters slanted, and just to match the way that the letters actually slanted on the canvas. I just realized that this wasn't actually supposed to have those lines. I guess that works. Whoa. I don't know if that works. Whoa. There we go. So there's the foreground. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the inks and then we'll call it good for today. And then next week we'll come back and finish this with color. So, I don't know if I want to do that as a separate part. I know I'm going to put it out of focus, but I don't know if I want. I might as well. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and do we'll call this a foreground flats. Or no. Whoa. I don't know if you can even see what I typed there, but it was not flat color. What am I doing? And we'll call this, create a new group folder called background. And we'll put that right above the sketch layer. Add a new layer, call that ink. And then flats. Draw a marquee right up here to the desk. And then fill with 50% gray. Okay. I'm going to sample this and I'm going to draw a selection and fill the rest with gray. Whoops, that's black. And then we'll do the same thing here. Even though I'm pretty sure these will just be some measure transparent. Okay. So now I'm going to turn that to complete white so that I can see what I have left to do back here. Okay. So let's start with the door. Since we're only going to be, whoops, we're only going to be drawing one of these. What is going on here? What? What? Okay. Yo, I think that might be a very empty bookshelf. Anyway. Whoops. What about this one over here? Okay. Turn that off, as well as the template. And there we are. So thank you for joining me. I've been Lucas from Fabled Court, and this has been Vernissage of the Court. Hope you have a nice night. See you next week.